How do you handle disrespect? Respect is a common issue that we all face in our lives, and it can be quite upsetting and annoying. But what if we could learn from Stoicism, an antiquated philosophy that teaches us how to deal with difficult circumstances with grace and wisdom? In this video, we'll examine 10 useful Stoic ideas that can improve how we deal with respect. You have my traditional challenge: be brave and follow me through to the very end of the movie. Let's start by saying, remain composed. A fundamental principle of Stoicism is that our distress arises not from external events, but from the way we interpret them. Epictetus stated that people are troubled by their perception of things rather than by actual reality. This suggests that disrespect is not inherently harmful or undesirable. Because of how we understand and judge it, we get hurt or angry. Remember that when someone disrespects you, their actions stem from their own ideas, feelings, and opinions, not from your actual value or worth. This could assist you in maintaining calm and not allowing their rudeness to negatively impact your emotional state. 2. Reflect on yourself. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of introspection and self-examination. The Stoics believe that the quality of our thoughts determines the way we live, and that we should constantly seek to improve both ourselves and our deeds. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The quality of your thoughts determines the happiness of your life." It is critical to reflect on yourself and ask yourself questions like, is what the individual said or did true? When faced with disrespect, did I say or do something that set off the situation? How do I respond in a way that reflects my virtue and values? Reflect critically on yourself and the situation to have a deeper understanding of the incident and your own part in it. A Stoic technique for making sure your reactions are thoughtful rather than rash is self-reflection. It promotes individual growth and understanding and enables you to learn from your experiences. 3. Develop the skill of pausing. Seneca once said, "When you are angry, know that it is not only a present evil, but that you have increased a habit." Logical reasoning and self-control are highly valued by Stoics. They assert that rash decisions and unneeded suffering frequently result from impulsive actions motivated by strong emotions, such as rage or extreme irritation. The Stoic approach counsels against behaving hastily when confronted with disrespect. Rather, take a moment to collect your thoughts. This break gives you the opportunity to take back control of your emotions and offer a more controlled and thoughtful reply. By rejecting the urge to act immediately when confronted with disrespect, you can better connect your behavior with Stoic ideas of wisdom and self-control. More often than not, interactions with this mindset are less emotionally charged and more productive. Pausing is a crucial Stoic technique for retaining cool and making reasoned decisions when confronted with disrespect, ultimately leading to more positive outcomes and personal advancement. The ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus says, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourself." This leads to the 4th point: show empathy. Stoics hold that relationships may be improved and that personal development can result from understanding the motivations and feelings of others. They also think that humans are interdependent. A Stoic response to someone who shows contempt is to show empathy. Try to grasp the other person's perspective by putting yourself in their shoes. Empathy can assist you in viewing the situation from a different perspective and realizing that the disrespect shown to the other person may not be malicious or intentional. The issue may stem from their own anxieties, fears, or ignorance. You can lessen your negative feelings towards the individual by feeling sympathy for them thanks to empathy. If you show empathy for the other person and reply in a more kind and respectful manner, you can avoid taking their remarks or actions personally. You may grasp the intentions, feelings, and point of view of another person through empathy. As opposed to being defensive or angry, you might respond with love and respect. You may maintain your dignity in this way and avoid escalation. Empathy is also a reflection of the Stoic ideals of wisdom, compassion, and self-improvement. You may evolve as a person and learn from trying experiences. If you practice empathy, you can deal with disrespect in a more respectful and beneficial way. If you've made it this far into the video, then consider yourself an exception before I continue. Let's see if you can make it to the end of the movie now that you've shown off your strength. 5. Place an emphasis on virtue. The cultivation of virtues like wisdom and courage is one of the key ideas of Stoicism. These are the qualities that allow us to act right and live happily. A well-known Stoic philosopher named Seneca once stated, "Virtue is nothing more than correct reason." This implies that virtue is the same as reason in accordance with the natural order of things. For Stoics, the greatest good in life is virtue, and everything else is secondary. Those who treat us with contempt should teach us to respond with virtue. This does not imply that we should ignore or tolerate disrespect. Rather, it means that we should respond in a way that reflects our Stoic beliefs and principles. We may control our emotions, maintain our dignity and integrity, and grow as people by keeping our focus on virtue even in difficult circumstances. Being Stoic pushes us to reach our full potential. 6. Acceptance. Tolerating things over which we have no control, such disdain for others, is one of the most significant tenets of Stoicism. According to Epictetus, he is a wise man who does not lament what he lacks but rejoices in what he has. This implies that rather than worrying about what we lack, we should be grateful for what we already have. Another thing Stoicism teaches us is the Stoic dichotomy of control, which is the ability to distinguish between things that are and are not under our control. It is our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that we can control. We cannot control the actions of other people. As a result, we must resist letting disrespect interfere with our inner calm when we encounter it. Instead, we should accept it as a fact of life and concentrate on how we may improve both ourselves and our situation. Treating disrespect with mistrust can help us avoid needless rage, annoyance, and resentment. As a result of this experience, humans can also evolve. We can deal with disrespect in a cool, calm manner as a result. 7. Employ comedy. A little humor goes a long way. Seneca, the great philosopher, once said, "When you know how to deal with what you should not take seriously, you have conquered yourself." Stoicism recognizes the importance of humor in dealing with challenging situations, while also teaching us to control our emotions and act logically. Humor might help us maintain our composure and avoid being unduly angry or irritated when someone disrespects us. We can respond with a hilarious remark or a humorous joke instead of allowing our emotions to take over. Comedy should never be used carelessly or excessively, but it may be a helpful Stoic strategy for dealing with disrespect in a more respectful and peaceful way. 8. Set clear boundaries. Being Stoic does not mean being a doormat. Ultimately, it's all about being a rock, firm as a rock in the face of injustice and scorn. A rock that requires that people respect it because it recognizes its importance. A rock with both control and lack of control over its surroundings. You don't have to accept disrespect from others at face value. It is not necessary for you to become enraged. You possess the ability to be both calm and assertive at the same time. You have the opportunity to explain what went wrong and how you expect them to treat you going forward. You have the ability to set reasonable limits that preserve your self-respect and dignity. This is how Stoicism encourages us to live. It teaches us to be strong, fair, and brave. It teaches us the importance of treating others and oneself with respect. It teaches us to maintain our inner and outer dignity in all circumstances. 9. Choose forgiveness. Think about how you might be treated by someone. How do you feel about the act? Are you willing to let things go, or do you respond angrily? An ancient philosophy with some wisdom to share is Stoicism. Forgiveness is a gift to yourself, not a favor to another person, according to the Stoics. Forgiveness is the path to inner calm and happiness. But forgiveness is not an easy thing to do. It doesn't mean ignoring or forgetting what happened. It requires making the decision to let go of negative feelings that are doing more harm to you than to anybody else. The Stoics teach that while we should forgive everyone, we shouldn't do it blindly. Justice, compassion, and wisdom must guide our forgiveness. Stoicism urges us to concentrate on the things we can control and let go of the things we cannot. Although we can't control how other people act, we can control how we respond to them. Giving up our anger and resentment allows us to free ourselves from their grip. With inner calm and tranquility, we can choose to move forward. When Stoicism discusses forgiveness, it suggests that it's not a weakness, but a strength. Instead of a surrender, it is a victory. The ultimate act of self-care and personal growth. It is not a sacrifice, but rather a reward. 10. Change your perspective. The ability to perceive things from a wider, more impartial angle is known as perspective. You can avoid overreacting or taking things personally when someone disrespects you. Rather, it teaches you that, all things considered, disrespect isn't such a big deal. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once said that our existence is only what our thoughts make of it. You can realize that the majority of instances of disrespect are insignificant and transient when you view things from a different perspective. They don't affect your actual value or enjoyment. You can also see that, more often than not, disrespect is a reflection of the ignorance, insecurity, or weakness of the other person rather than your own. Choose to ignore it, forgive it, or learn from it rather than allowing it to irritate you. Focusing on your goals, values, and virtues, what matters most in life, will also assist you in developing a perspective. You can focus your attention and energy on things that are meaningful and good for you instead of resentment or seeking retribution. As a result, you'll be able to live a more tranquil and satisfying life. So, bear perspective in mind the next time you face disrespect. It will assist you in acting appropriately and maintaining calm. Remember that Stoicism is about exercising control over your emotions rather than repressing them. Using these 10 rules can help you stay composed and strong when confronted with rudeness and harsh behavior. To help us reach more individual seekers of ancient wisdom, kindly give us a thumbs up. If you're new here, sign up and use the notification button to receive updates on new courses on ancient wisdom. We sincerely appreciate your viewing and hope to see you in our upcoming video.